Good afternoon, first year and transfer students. My name is Kent Akers. I'm the advisor for accounting and finance. I'm also the associate director for advising technology in Wildcat Central. Some of you are my advising students, and some of you may be students of other advisors who have decided to share this video with you to help you have the information you need for registration day. I'm going to walk through some of our systems so that you can understand how to use our systems to plan your courses for spring and summer, and then how to use our registration system to make sure that you get into your classes for those terms. I'm going to share my screen so that you can see each step that I walk through. I'll explain each thing, and hopefully this will be a good resource for you to feel confident for registration day. So the first thing I'm going to do is open up this screen. And when you are on your MyACU home screen, what you're going to do is select banner at the very top, and that should bring you to this screen here. And you're going to click Student and Financial Aid, and then Registration, and then Student Registration Enhanced, which will bring you to our registration dashboard. For now, we're not going to worry about anything on the left. We're only going to pay attention to Browse Classes, which is the tool that you'll use to plan your classes for spring and summer and figure out your schedule and figure out how you're going to register for those. And then on your specific registration day that your advisor will tell you about, you'll click Register for Classes. So first, let's pay attention to our Browse Classes. Click that. We have to select a term. And so you can register for spring and summer on the same day. They open at the same time. And so for now, we're going to look at spring 2021. Yeah, this is our search engine for our courses. You can do a whole lot of different things with it, but what I'm going to show you is how to look up two different classes, one that's specific to my accounting majors and one that is helpful for just about every major in this moment in time. So the first thing I want to do is start with accounting. On our advising agreements, a lot of times we will put the course code. And so that for accounting, let's say I want to sign my student up for financial accounting, which is accounting 210. I'm going to write ACCT, which stands for accounting, and then the course number, which is 210. And so you can search by that. You can type in ACCT, which brings up accounting, or if you can't remember that or you didn't see that, then you can just type in accounting and it pulls up the same thing. So you would click on accounting and then you would type in the course number, which is 210. And then you would search. Now this brings up every class that's possible for you to take. You see there's only 3 here. Right now it's displaying 10 per page. I'm going to change that to 20 because I know that when I search for Bible, it's going to have more than 10. But what you'll notice is that some of these fields don't have all of the information in them. So you can keep it as it is and just scroll over the fields, and you'll notice there's a little pop-up window that shows you what's in them, right? Or you can treat it like an Excel spreadsheet and expand these borders and make sure that you can see all of the information. Now, in Accounting 210, you can see that there are 3 course sections. And so Dr. Perkins teaches 2, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. Dr. Buck teaches 1, Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 2. And so what's really important here is that we pay attention to our CRN. That stands for course registration number. And that's the number you need to write down to make sure that you're putting your schedule together in the right way and not conflicting classes, times, or days, right? And so I would write down 20800 if I was planning on taking Accounting 210 with Dr. Perkins, Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 9. So I've got my class at 9 o'clock, Monday, Wednesday, Friday figured out. So I want to search again. And now my advisor maybe has told me to look for Bible 102. So you can type in Bible and select that, or you can type what they will write on your sheet, which is BIBL, and select Bible that way. And then they've told us to look for 102, so I click type in 102, and I click search. Now there's very many more here, right? And so luckily I've selected 20 per page because that's how many sections there seem to be. And I'm kind of looking at things this way. Now I've already planned my class for Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 9. I know that's where my accounting is. So I couldn't take this class with David Knipe Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 9 also. So maybe I want to try to do a Tuesday, Thursday class. Let's say I want to do that at 8 o'clock with Dr. DeBoer, Tuesday, Thursday here. So my CRN is here, it's 20345. And what you'll notice with Bibles is that these are only 1 digit off from each other. So going to class at 8 o'clock Tuesday, Thursday with Dr. DeBoer is very different than going to the other section she teaches that's Tuesday, Thursday at 1:30 in the afternoon. But there's only 1 digit difference in the CRN. So if you don't take anything else away from today, take away the fact that you need to pay close attention to your course registration numbers and double check those before registration. Now, let's say registration day has come around. You go through the same steps to get to your register for classes portal. Your registration will open at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So depending on the date that your advisor has written on your sheet, your registration will open at 3 on that day. So let's say it's 3 o'clock. I'm getting ready to register for my classes. I'll click register for classes. And what it'll do is it'll ask me to sign into my account again, because apparently it doesn't like me very much. That should not be the case for you all. You should just be able to go straight into your portal. So we'll get through that weird part. But what you should see after, you don't have to select that either. This is just my role here, is that it'll ask you for your term for registration, right? And so you'll select spring 2021 or summer 2021, depending on what you're trying to register for at the moment. And then it'll ask you for your alternate PIN, which is your advising release code. And so that's a 3-digit code that is unique to you. And for me, it's 610100. And so I'll continue that. It's going to think for a little bit. Okay, so when we land here, this is the window that you see for registration. There are 3 functional windows here. So this top window is the window in which you can search for classes. This shows you which courses you have actually gotten into and what their status is. And this window shows you like what your schedule will look like. So you can move these around. They move up and down, side to side, to get bigger or smaller, however you would like. I generally prefer to open this up a little bigger so that I can see what I'm looking at. And then when I've added my courses, I make this bigger so I can see their status, right? So right now I'm going to add courses. There's 2 ways you can do that. You can do what I just did, which is go into the search area, click accounting, type in 210, just like you did in your course lookup, and click search, and it'll come up with the results. And so you can see the 3 classes that I had found before, but you'll notice there's a difference here. There's an add class button, right? And so I knew I wanted to take Dr. Perkins at 9 o'clock. And so I add that class. And what you'll see is that pops up into the course summary, and it tells me it's pending, right? So then what I need to do is click submit to actually register for that course. And you can add more courses than just the one, and that will be fine. You can click submit and do 1 at a time, or you can add multiple courses to your summary and then click submit to add them all at once. So for now, I'm going to drop that course because I want to show you what it takes to do any of that. So it's deleted, and I'm going to search again. Same thing as before. You can search Bible and then type in the course number that we've written down, which for most of you will be 102. And here we go. And so there's these here. You would pick which one, you would add it to your pending. And then if you didn't want that class, you could remove it, right, and submit. Okay. Now, one of the other things that I would say is this is very much quicker. There's a different way to do it. And you notice this tab up here that says enter CRNs. That's the route that I would prefer and suggest you use. So you open that up and you notice there's only 1 spot for a CRN, but there's a little tab here that says add CRNs. And so what I would do is I would generally add 3 to 4 more to make sure that you could type in all your CRNs the way you need to. And so I've gotten some CRNs prepared. I know these classes work out together. And so I would write those down. So I would type in 20807, 20802, and 20696. And so I would then click to add those to my summary. Now you see all of these have popped up. So you can see that I've attempted to get into English 112, section 8, Econ 260, section 1, and Accounting 210, section 3. Now what I would do is submit those. And those were all successfully registered for. You can see that the status changed to a green registered. I'm in those classes. Life is great. Now, a lot of you will get some kind of error message, not because like the system is bad, but because this is your first time registering and not everything always just goes swimmingly. but I will tell you that your advisors are around for anything you possibly need. Everything will be completely okay. So I'm going to show you what happens if you enter in something that conflicts. So let's do 20800 and 20802. And let's say I've added those. We'll add those to the summary. Now, what happens is that you can get an error message that says 20802 section is duplicate of an existing registration. So that means that, oh, like I already tried to get into that class, so I can go back down here and say, okay, well, I want it anyway. I'm going to do web registered and submit that. But the problem is those two classes conflict. Now it let me into my financial accounting, but it gave me a red mark here on macro economics, and it gave me a good error message. This tells me that Econ 260 CRN 20802 has a time conflict with my financial accounting. So I would say I'm going to remove that class. I'm going to submit that to get rid of it, but I still want my Econ 260, right? So I'm going to search for Econ 260. So economics and 260. And I'm going to search for that. Now, what you'll notice is there are a couple of sections here, right? And I can't register, it doesn't look like, for either one because there's a time conflict here. It will tell me that there's a time conflict, right? And so that may mean that I need to pick some other class. So let's try to look for Econ 261. And here I can register for these. So this one doesn't conflict with my accounting, so I can add it. And I'll notice that it shows pending, and I'll submit. And look at there, it actually fits, it worked. And that's why we tell you like some alternative classes, just in case something conflicts or fills up. And that way you can have a good recourse to find something else later. Now, this can be a kind of an overwhelming and complicated process. Also, what I want to note is that like on the left-hand side here, once you've registered, you can pull this up and you can see the courses you've registered for and what days and times those will be, right? And so it'll tell you what you're looking at. Okay. Now, if you notice, my Bible 342 is set to be online, and so it doesn't actually show up on my schedule over here on the left. I can also click schedule details. It'll show me everything I need to know about every one of my classes that I've registered for. Now, if you have any questions, we're training our advisors in this system as well. They are going to be more than capable of helping you. If you get an error message on registration day, reach out to your advisor. We've got that time blocked off. We prefer that you reach out to us by email first because we work through those pretty quickly. And if things have really gotten bad, you can give us a phone call. When you send us an email, make sure you include your banner ID and tell us the exact error message you got. I would suggest copying and pasting that error message into your email so that we know what you are looking at and we can help you find good solutions. If you have any other questions or you have any concerns, please talk to your advisor about those during your advising session. If you've already had your advising session, feel free to either reach out to me or your advisor to talk about registration. Thank you all so much.